And just like that, everything I had saved vanished. Poof. Illusions. The central bank devalued the Naira, and decades of disciplined saving couldn't even afford a decent plot of land anymore. I thought I was being responsible. I was wrong. This isn't just my story. It's the brutal truth facing millions across Africa. Why holding your wealth in local currency can be financial suicide. Africa. A continent of undeniable potential. A land brimming with resources, innovation, and the unwavering spirit of its people. We build, we create, we strive. But too often, the fruits of our labor seem to slip through our fingers, vanishing like desert rain on parched earth. For generations, we've been told to trust in our national currencies, to build our futures on the strength of our local economies. Patriotism demands it, we're told. Stability depends on it. But what if this very foundation is built on shifting sand? What if the narrative we've been sold is incomplete? Consider this. In 1973, $1 could buy you roughly 66 kobo here in Nigeria. Today, you'd need over 1,500 naira to purchase that same dollar. A staggering devaluation that has silently eroded the wealth of millions. Similar stories echo across the continent. Ghana's cedi, the Kenyan shilling, each wrestling against the relentless tide of inflation and economic instability. We work harder, earn more, yet our purchasing power dwindles. Our savings, diligently accumulated, lose their value with each passing year. We are taught to save, to invest, to plan for the future. But are we truly empowered to secure that future when the very currency we rely on is constantly under threat? But, wait for this. What if I told you that some of Africa's wealthiest citizens, those who truly control the levers of power, rarely, if ever, keep their wealth predominantly in local currency? For generations, our people have understood a fundamental truth often whispered, rather than shouted from the rooftops. It's a truth about preserving wealth, about building a future that isn't eroded by the very currencies in our hands. Think of your grandmother. The woman who managed to send her children, your parents, to school. How did she do it? It wasn't just hard work, though she had that in abundance. It was a savvy understanding of value, a quiet resistance to the forces constantly conspiring to diminish her hard-earned gains. The rule, passed down through families, is simple: diversify your assets. But it goes deeper than that. It's about recognizing that not all currencies are created equal. It's about understanding that some hold their value over time, while others are prone to the whims of politics and economic instability. And that, my friends, is where the dollar comes in. It's not about blind faith in a foreign power. It's about pragmatism. It's about acknowledging the reality of our economic landscape. In 1986, when Nigeria experienced a drastic devaluation due to the oil price crash, those who held some of their wealth in dollars were significantly better positioned to weather the storm than those who didn't. They could still afford school fees. They could still invest in their businesses. They were protected. And it's not just a historical anomaly. In 2016, when the Naira again plummeted against the dollar, the same story played out. Those who heeded the wisdom of their ancestors, the ones who quietly converted a portion of their savings, were able to navigate the turbulent waters with a degree of financial security others could only dream of. Now, let's consider this. Currently, inflation rates in several African countries dwarf those of the United States. This means your Naira savings are relentlessly losing value, while dollar savings are holding steady. But here's the what moment. What if I told you that the very institutions that benefit most from our Naira savings, the banks themselves, are often the biggest holders of dollars? They understand the game. They just don't want you to play it on the same level. So, there you have it. The reality is harsh, but undeniably true for many Africans. Saving in Naira, while familiar, often means watching your hard-earned money erode. Protecting your future by embracing the dollar, or other stable currencies, isn't about abandoning your country, it's about securing your family's well-being against financial storms. This isn't just theory, it's about practical application. It's about understanding investment options, navigating international transfers, and building a resilient financial portfolio. And that's why we created the Africa Wealth Blueprint. For just $27, this guide, available at pornoafric.com/shop.html, provides actionable steps, resources, and insights to help you begin your journey towards dollar-based saving and investment, regardless of your current income. Remember, financial literacy is the key to unlocking true African prosperity. It's about empowering ourselves to make informed decisions and build a brighter future, $1 or $1 converted into dollars at a time. High voltage follow, subscribe and like at Panafric for daily Africa Plus Money Plus Wisdom.